Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Watch Dogs Legion. Again, if you guys caught my Valhalla video, then you'll know that I had a chance the other day to go hands-on with a couple of Ubisoft titles, one of them obviously being Valhalla, the other one being Watch Dogs Legion. Again, all done through a remote event. Massive shout out to Ubisoft for organising that. But when I got to go hands-on with this game, I got to play again for about 3 hours, and I had pretty much free roam to do whatever I wanted. I got to explore London. I did get to play from the very beginning of the game. I got to do the initial starting mission. However, that was only for say like 10 minutes, and it had a lot of cutscenes in which I'm not allowed to show. And then after that, they jumped us forward to a save file where we basically have an established team of people, and you can then do a load of open world activities. There are also a couple of main missions. So what I'm going to do in this gameplay is give you guys a chance to look at a couple of different things. Obviously, whilst I was exploring the world, I got to recruit different people, got to do some of the recruitment missions. I got to go and check out clothing stores, test out different abilities, do some story missions, some side missions, and just mess around the open world. I definitely did take the flying drone and see just how high I could fly. Unfortunately, I did work out that you can't fly and land at the top of the London Eye, which, Ubisoft, I'm sorely disappointed. I'm sorry. Watch Dogs Legion is a great game, but why can't I land on the top of the London Eye? Why can't I land on the top of Big Ben? Come on, man. Anyway, that aside, this gameplay is going to be a chance just to kind of take a look at some different things. One of the cool things obviously about Watch Dogs Legion, if you guys haven't been keeping completely up to date, is that this one doesn't have a central main character. Basically, anybody in the game is playable. You have some characters that are definitely better to play as, because there are some people that are obviously like specialists, so you might have, I don't know, a trained hitman or a trained drone specialist or a trained engineer. They're obviously the people that you might prefer to recruit, but technically speaking, you could recruit anyone. You could just see an old guy walking down the road and then scan over him, find out his backstory, and decide to go and help him out, do a recruitment mission, and then he's on your team. And every single character has their own unique abilities, so it might be that, you know, you recruit a policeman who is then therefore able to walk into a police station without any suspicion. Meanwhile, if you then went in with, say, a hitman, people are probably going to start asking questions. On the flip side, you hire, say, an engineer or say like a builder or something like that. I had like a construction worker in my team, and she basically had the ability to summon a drone anytime she wanted to, like one of those construction drones. She could fly on it. It also meant if she went to construction sites, nobody's going to bat an eyelid, nobody's going to ask any questions. So that actual mechanic is really, really cool. Obviously, you know, when they first spoke about it, it sounded quite interesting, but to actually see it and use it in action and realize that, you know, literally at any point in the game, you could be in the middle of a mission and be like, you know what, I actually feel like doing this with someone else, and you just switch them, call them up on the phone, and then you're continuing where you are as that person. It actually works really, really well. Obviously, you know, if somebody gets killed or arrested, it's going to be a while before you can use them again, but that's all, you know, part of the fun. Also, there's a couple of sort of fun, like, subtle things as well. Like, when I was playing through, I played as this cool beekeeper guy who had, like, a special bee drone, and when he got arrested, it took, like, a, you know, a little while before I could play as him again. Interestingly, had I recruited a barrister and had them as part of my team, he has like a passive ability whereby he will lessen the time that someone spends in prison, because obviously, you know, he can kind of pull some strings and whatnot. So that's actually quite interesting, because then when it comes to like building your team, you're going to start thinking, all right, not only do I want to think about people that I can use actively in my game, you might also want to start thinking about passive members of your team that might have, say, bonuses that can then affect your team. In fact, you can even get some people that have just clothing discounts. So if you happen to have them in your team and then you go shopping, you're going to get things for cheaper. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of cool, fun stuff when it comes to exploring. Obviously, if you guys played Watch Dogs 2, then mechanically speaking, you'll be quite familiar with this. Obviously, you know, plenty of hacking, plenty of things you can control, jumping between cameras, opening doors, using all your different hacks to disrupt people, distract people. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it. And obviously, being an open world game, there's also the kind of playground aspect where you can just jump around and mess around. And I did my fair share of that as well. I did, you know, I did some missions, I did some recruitments. I also just went around and caused mayhem, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys like Watch Dogs, then you're going to enjoy this one a lot. I also really enjoy this one because obviously I'm in the UK, finally getting to see London and drive around it. Genuinely, it's really, really good. Like driving around so many places, I'm like, I know that street. And for once, I'm normally notoriously bad with directions in video games, but I was like, I know where to go because I actually know some parts of London. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'm going to leave you guys with some gameplay, a mixture of a recruitment mission and also a story mission, so you can sort of see how some of this stuff plays out. Again, there will be more videos tomorrow, so if you want to see some more stuff, I'm going to kind of, you know, drive across London, give you guys a chance to sort of see the map and other stuff like that. So if you've got questions, things that you want to know about, let me know in the comments down below, and I will spin out some more videos for those. But for the time being, enjoy this.
Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government. Led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
Wasn't fooled back then, and I'm still not now.
It is. So that's 2 reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. I've pushed the coordinates to your optic.
What? See? Well, alright. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, right.
No! I refuse to have something. Why you mess with the rock?
Not a fan of being locked up. Really wouldn't recommend it.
Glad to have you back. Let's go teach those fascist fucks a lesson or two, yeah?
Balaji has been snooping into Albion's affairs. Quietly, of course, but I've been able to determine that most of his activity stems from this area.
Right, let's say hello.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
Well, he's certainly paranoid.
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
Yep. The man's got a proper setup here. How are we gonna bypass it?
You could force the traps to unlock by rewiring the power.
Will do.
Welcome to Claire and Present Danger, and welcome to fascist London. Don't let that boot on the back of your neck disturb you. In time, you'll barely feel it. We have to wake up, people. If there was a playbook for setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it and working on the epilogue. They certainly took advantage of the fallout from the bombings, didn't they? Preyed on the fears of the city government too. They were only too happy to hand Nigel Cass the keys to the city. Wash their hands to the whole mess. The collar will only get tighter now, friends, unless we do something. We can't wait for someone else to fight back. We are the change.
The traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
Is anyone sick?
Move one more muscle, Chief, and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
All right, no need to get excited.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Yeah, right. Try more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
Just listen. Albion's on its way. So your priority right now is to fucking run.
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Hamish. Look, Cass is worse than you know.
Wow, thanks. But we know. Why else do you think I'm here?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
All right, get this straight now. We want your help stopping Cass. He's behind the bombings, and he tried to end us.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what...
Move!
Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck. Think, Hamish, think. Shit, fine. We'll table it. I'll buy you some time. Just go.
Found him. Take him
No!
out! Move in, move in!
Shit!
Don't just stand there. Albion won't be fussy about who they shoot.
Armed target. Over.
Getting behind cover!
No, not on the water. In the water, over.
Dispatch, deploying drones to apprehend the suspect.
Engaging hostile target. Get to cover! Engaging target.
Terminating the search.
I think all that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish that we need to work together to tackle Cass. He's willing to cooperate.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.